Are you looking to construct a building? If your answer is yes, then contact CSK Concrete at Ravin Lechelle Savonpai for all your concrete needs. They are the suppliers of concrete premix and concrete pumping. Call them on telephone number 616-6565. Let them supply all your concrete needs. CSK Concrete at Ravin Lechelle in Savonpai. Go get all your concrete needs.
Calypso! Calypso! Calypso!
Great things are happening at Lindo Mart. There it is. You can lean on the consistent opening of Lindo Mart. The bank is right there. Great things are coming. Keep listening to your radio, to Facebook, newspapers. If you think that this trusted service is getting even better. Convenience, all your products, the complete shopping list, everything you could possibly want, need, desire, request, or just hint. It's all right there. Wait, there's more. There's a lot more. Listen to a radio near you. Lindo Mart. We're growing bigger, stronger to serve you better.
Prosper, where you going busy so?
My brother, when you got to go, you got to go. That's a private moment.
Indeed, when a man gotta go in pleasure, that's not something you can say not now. Here comes instant relief in luxurious loose. Dominica, it is environmentally friendly. Luxurious loose is your friend indeed. That's why all of your septic waste is being dumped at the Wasco's plant and treated.
Hello, we don't dump by the river or by the bay or do vajou.
You better take in front before in front take you. Luxurious Loos, we also rent portable toilets for every type of public and private event. Luxurious Loos, we will take care of your dumping of your sewage and will professionally dump and safely dispose of all your used, damaged or expired groceries and give it a quiet funeral. Luxurious Loos, we are the number one in the number two business.
Call us at 448-2410 or 276-4289 or 277-2410.
Wow! I feel good.
Lafayette's House Medical Laboratory, my preferred choice for professional and confidential medical laboratory services. Lafayette provides results for all medical tests. If it can't be done there, they will facilitate it through their international partners. Their main office in Roseau is open from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Mondays to Fridays and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Home visits and emergency services are also available. Call 448-0100, WhatsApp 276-5213 or visit any of their locations. Cross Street, Roseau, Pickard, Portsmouth, Marigot or Grand Bay. Lafayette's House Medical Laboratory. My choice, your choice, our choice.
Welcome to Calypso Conversation. I am Annadale Jacob, and on today's edition, we speak with two female Calypsonians about women in Calypso. I am joined by Shirley Lady S. Charles and Marja Lady Stedman. Good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence here this afternoon. We are at a Jungle Bay Resort and Spa here in Mon Akuma in Soufriere. Jungle Bay was first opened in 2005 near the village of Delices, which is in the southeast of our island. In 2015, the property was severely damaged by a tropical storm Erika, and this posed a great opportunity for a new Jungle Bay to be rebuilt right here at our venue that we are right now in Mon Akuma in Soufriere. And Mon Akuma was once a lime plantation in 1865, and right now Jungle Bay started out reopened in 2019 with now 89 villas. So ladies, welcome once again, Lady S and Lady Star. It's all about ladies today.
Right.
So we all know that Calypso has been dominated by men. And but there have been a few women who entered the arena making their mark, also those who left their mark. Who are your female Calypsonians you looked up to on your journey, or even just thinking about entering Calypso?
Interesting question. So I have been in the Calypso arena for roughly 18 years. So 10 years singing, and then the last 8 years I've been MCing. No, you're right. Calypso was dominated by men, and in my youth, it really was a lot of men singing Calypso. So if I were to say a female Calypsonian who influenced my decision to join the Calypso arena, we have the likes of singing Sandy in Dominica, and singing Sandra, out of Trinidad, but from Grenada. Those were two women that I really looked up to in the arena. Outside of that, we have the likes of Yakima. Yakima doesn't sing anymore, but Yakima was a female Calypsonian in Dominica. She migrated, but she did fantastic. She put her mark, and she was somebody that I looked up to in Calypso. And when I joined the arena, she was one of the women who embraced me in Calypso, made me feel welcome, made me feel special and feel great. So sometimes I do miss the likes of Yakima here. Sandy wasn't singing by the time I joined the arena, but she came back and did competition for a few years, and she and I have developed such a great relationship, a great friendship. So a lot of women, I sang with Lady S in Junior Calypso Monarch before I joined the big leagues. So it was nice when Lady S joined the big leagues to add a little bit more women in it. So just a lot of women, and at the end of the day, the numbers were so small for women in Calypso in Dominica, Jali and all of that, that I really looked up to all of them because there were so few in between so many men.
Lady S.
Yes, and what Lady S would say is, I agree with Marja that singing Sandy was one of our, icons, and still is today. And one of the reasons for that is she continues to embrace the women in Calypso today, even today. And if she's in Dominica today, she would be happy to take the stage with all of us. Right. And she's one of those that I really looked up to. In Dominica, I didn't really pay attention to the women on the outside really in growing up. I was more accustomed to the Calypsonians coming to my school to perform. So in seeing them, I wanted to sing Calypso too. And here I am today. And Lady Star, Marja, she was braver than me because we did Junior Monarch, and she entered the senior ring in 2005, and all the scary stories I had heard, I entered 10 years after she did. So when she was getting out of the singing, just becoming an MC, I started singing in the senior ring. So really and truly, we embraced all the Calypsonians. I really loved Lady Edna as well. I love Sandy. Sandy is, the mother to us all, really. Right. But Lady Edna was one of those that I was privileged to meet, to know about, and to communicate with.
And that brings us to our next question of what really led you to taking part into Calypso as to even join the big stage, the Calypso National Monarch.
Well, I so funny story. I think I got a beating from my dad because when I joined the big leagues and I gave Alex Bruno, who was my manager at the time, the story, I said to him I was up listening to a Calypso competition when Hurricane had Unarmed But Dangerous. So when Alex calculated the years, I was about 6 or 7. And I got a beat down from my dad because I was supposed to be in bed, but I was up listening. So from that very moment, I figured I had that interest in Calypso. I went to the St. Martin Secondary School and I met man himself, Sir Menz. And I, in first form, I had to represent my house. And funny story, because my teacher, who was my house teacher, was my next door neighbor. I didn't know that. I was in my bathroom singing. And she said to me, I put you to sing for the house, okay, because I know you can sing. And I was like, wait, what? That was it. That was it. And at this point, you already put me on it. I was in assembly and they said, Marja Jeffers. And I was like, what? there's another Marja Jeffers in this school because I didn't sign up to sing. And that was it. And I actually won the competition in my school for 4 years consecutively.
Wow.
And when I was in Form 5, I actually worked with the girl representing my house, you know, to ensure that the crown remained within my house. And it just naturally happened. It was 5 years of singing in high school. I represented my school in Junior Monarch, and then
that's
from
where
there
I met you.
just went into the big leagues.
That's where I met you.
Straight out of high school, first year of college, I went into the big leagues, and I actually made it to the finals my very first year, singing Peace in the World. 17 years old, scared, nervous. I believe eliminations was on the Bayfront at that time, and I just remember being very afraid, and so many people, and that's when I met Tony and all of them, and they were right up front and they were just cheering me on, and that just gave me a drive.
Yes,
and that was it. History from that point.
Very nice. Lady S.
Lady S for the senior ring. I think after looking at Lady Star and her bravery, her courage, and you know, speaking to a few gentlemen like Ian Jackson, Kelly the Ghost, Hexie, who said to me, of course, you can just try it. Just get a song, register and come. You're on. It's simple like that.
Yes.
And I'm saying, okay, it's as simple as that. All right, let's see how simple it is. And I came in.
It was pretty simple though. Getting in is simple.
It's exactly.
Staying in is where you get a little
trouble.
complicated.
Yes,
Right,
yes.
right.
Do you think that female are being respected by the male counterparts in Calypso?
Some, I can say that without a doubt. There are some male Calypsonians who really not just respect but assist. I remember coming in and the likes of Hunter and Daddy Chess and Webb, you know, these people, they, after you sing, they'll tell you, they start do a little that, be, you know, more whatever and all of that, and they would just encourage you. There are some today I still feel do not respect the female Calypsonians
Because they feel it's a
as
big
much.
man thing.
Yeah, I mean, Scrunter went and put the song Calypso is big man thing, so I think that you stayed in their head too. But I would say year by year it's getting better. Year by year you feel a little bit more respected. And at the end of the day, I think the women that are coming into Calypso are very bold. So whether or not you respect us, we show you that we do not have any fear. We show you that we can dominate. We show you that when we sing and people start to scream, you now have to come out in the room at the back to watch to see what's happening. So I think the women that are coming in, we are not demanding respect per se, but we have a presence where it's natural, it's forced for them to accept us and respect us.
So it's safe to say that you are no longer intimidated by the men.
Well, I was never really intimidated by men. Yeah,
That is it. Very good.
Because I think as a woman, if you're serious about joining the arena, you already know that you're stepping into something that is considered a male-dominant league. So you basically prep yourself to come into that. So maybe you might be afraid when you go home, or maybe you might be a little intimidated during, you know, before you go to sing or whatever. But when you take that mic from the MC and you step up as a woman, you already know that you have some major shoes to fill, and you know that you have to set a standard. So I think because of that, it causes us to be a little bit stronger when we step up. So thank you guys for doing that.
So Lady S, how do you feel on your part when it comes to respect and intimidation?
Well, I felt when I first joined, and I think that was one of the reasons why I did not join earlier, is because I felt it was male dominated and we did not get the kind of respect that we actually deserve. If I am to put it like that, because you know, a lot of the women come in with some strong songs.
Yes.
They are able to carry the melody very well as compared to some of the men, really.
Yes.
Although we have some women who we're not really singers either, but you know.
Entertainment.
Right, but we do have our strong representatives, and I felt like there was not that kind of respect back in 2015. I don't know if that's one of the reasons Marja decided to just go to do the MCing instead. But after a while, with the support, like Marja said, some of the men really support. And I was at a press conference last week, and I called a few names of some of the men who really support. Daryl Bob,
Yes.
Hardline, Sai, Hexie, Christopher Dangle, Ben. You're looking for these people. The president now, Observer.
Right.
You know, you're looking for these kind of people, and they will be there with the women. They might not show it outward. You might not see it when you come there, but the women know.
Yes.
that these men support them. And there are others. There are others. You don't remember all the names, but there are others. And I felt that over the years, the respect is growing more and more because women are really making a big contribution
I agree.
to the competition. And last year, for instance, when all these women came in, that was a big mark.
Beautiful.
For me, that was the height of it all. I didn't even care if I didn't go to the finals. I just cared that there were so many women to sing.
Right.
You know, I was really happy about that.
Nicely.
And speaking about women, I just want to say that the support of the men is shown. I can attest to it. I am evidence of it in that I am the first female vice president in Dominica of the Dominica Calypso Association.
Congratulations.
I'm on an executive with 8 other men, and they were the ones who pushed and said, you should be the vice president. The association should be led in your hands at some point.
Wow.
And I'm being trained,
Nice.
even by the president. When I don't want to carry out something, I say the president should be doing it. He says, no. Lady S, you have to learn because you have to carry it through. You have what it takes. The women have to play their role as well. So,
nice. That's
so
nice.
right now it's like, I feel like, according to Marja, the women are bold. We are bold, yes. But it's even nicer for us that when we come in,
Support.
we have that kind of love and support.
camaraderie, yes.
I remember when I first joined the executive in 2019, I was just a member, but after my 2-year term, then I was re-elected by women and men alike. And we had more men at the AGM, and they voted for me to be on the executive. I remember Sawa saying to me, I had to vote for you because we need somebody who will represent the smallest man in Calypso. And people think Sawa, you know, people have to put stuff in his head, but he's very bright.
He has a mind of his own.
He has a mind of, and he has a heart, you know, and he knows what he wants. So if he sees a female is going to give the association what he needs, he feels he should vote for that person.
For
And
his
that's
own
what he did.
benefits.
Yes.
Okay, in 2011, Tasha P, who was supposed to be with us here today, but due to some circumstances
Yes.
beyond her control, she can't be. Tasha P, we wish you well.
She's watching us. She said she's tuned
Oh,
in.
wow.
She's watching us. She told us she's tuned
Oh,
in.
wow. Okay, so in 2011, she made history by becoming the first female Calypso monarch.
Right.
How did you all as women felt or feel on that night?
Beautiful. 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 It was a beautiful night. I remember that entire season. Tasha P, I think, won every competition in that time frame. There was a female competition she won, the Monarch of the 10 she won. So it was leading up to it. And I was just like, Lord, please let it happen, because we have had years where it was pretty close. We had a year when Sandy emerged first runner-up. And that was a year that, you know, even I on that night felt, okay, I think Sandy's about to win the crown. And it didn't happen. So I was like, Lord, please don't let this happen again. And when I heard the MC announce Tasha P, it was just a feeling of, at last.
I know.
At last.
At last. At last, 3 years.
Yes, at last. For me, I felt that that moment was a victory for all women. Those who had gone before and those who were coming after.
Even
were
those
there
who never
present.
sang Calypso.
Right. It was a real victory. And why I say that is, Marja mentioned the Scrunter Calypso is big man thing. He had his reason for writing a song, and you know I support Scrunter. I love Scrunter. But for you to be the best, you have to be among the best.
Right.
And the men, they really push a hard game. They have the standard at a level that if we want to be monarchs like them, we have to bring it. And I felt that Tasha P that year brought it. And she brought it. She went straight through the loopholes of whoever didn't do what they had to do.
Yes.
But she emerged. And that gave hope for every other female Calypsonian up to today that it can happen again. And that is why whenever we have press conferences, we have meetings for executive, meetings for AGM, and anybody mentions king for me, I stop them.
Right.
It's not king, it's a monarch. Okay? Because we have had a female monarch.
Right.
And we can have it again.
And we will. We will have it again. Okay, ladies. Our conversation continues after this quick break when we take time to acknowledge our sponsors, CSK Concrete in Portsmouth, La Falaise Medical House, Luxurious Loose, and Lindomat. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Are you looking to construct a building? If your answer is yes, then contact CSK Concrete at Ravin Lechelle Savonpai for all your concrete needs. They are the suppliers of concrete premix and concrete pumping. Call them on telephone number 616-6565. Let them supply all your concrete needs. CSK Concrete at Ravin Lechelle in Savonpai. Go get all your concrete needs.
Calypso! Calypso! Calypso!
Great things are happening at Lindomart. There it is. You can lean on the consistent opening of Lindomart. The bank is right there. Great things are coming. Keep listening to your radio, to Facebook, newspapers. If you think there was trusted service, it's getting even better. Convenience, all your products, the complete shopping list, everything you could possibly want, need, desire, request, or just hint. It's all right there. Wait, there's more. There's a lot more. Listen to a radio near you. Lindomart. We're growing bigger, stronger to serve you better.
Prosper, where you going busy so? Eh?
My brother, when you got to go, you got to go. That's a private moment.
Indeed, when a man gotta go in bleach alley, that's not something you can say not now. Here comes instant relief in luxurious loose. Dominica, it is environmentally friendly. Luxurious loose is your friend indeed. That's why all of your septic waste is being dumped at the Wasco's plant and treated.
Hello, we don't dump by the river or by the bay or do vajou.
You better take in front before in front take you. Luxurious Loose, we also rent portable toilets for every type of public and private event. Luxurious Loose, we will take care of your dumping of your sewage and will professionally dump and safely dispose of all your used, damaged or expired groceries and give it a quiet funeral. Luxurious Loose, we are the #1 in the #2 business.
Call us at 448-2410 or 276-4289 or 277-2410.
Wow! I feel good.
La Falaise House Medical Laboratory, my preferred choice for professional and confidential medical laboratory services. La Falaise provides results for all medical tests. If it can't be done there, they will facilitate it through their international partners. Their main office in Roseau is open from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Mondays to Fridays and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Home visits and emergency services are also available. Call 448-0100, WhatsApp 276-5213 or visit any of their locations. Cross Street, Roseau, Pickard, Portsmouth, Marigot or Grand Bay. La Falaise House Medical Laboratory. My choice, your choice, our choice.
Welcome back to Calypso Conversation. We are here with Calypsonians Shirley, Lady S. Charles, and Marja, Lady Star Stedman.
Take it back.
Here at Jungle Bay Resort and Spa, owned by Sam Raphael, who is a visionary developer. Jungle Bay is a very successful Caribbean hotel and resort that promotes the preservation of the natural environment. We were speaking about Tasha's P historic win in 2011 when she captured the Monarch title. But we're going to move away from that and ask you guys, do you think that the Calypso Queen competition should be held annually? Because we know there are times in, out, and it's been a while.
That's a very ticklish one.
You know what I mean?
That's a very ticklish one.
I really want to hear what you got to say about that.
That's a very, very ticklish one for me. So I remember in my early days in Calypso, we used to have the women's competition in Stardom tent. So all the women, mass camp women, and even women who weren't singing in a different tent would come to the Stardom Calypso tent for the women's Calypso competition. And I remember saying, this is good and bad to me. It's good because you give the women an opportunity to, you know, amongst ourselves have a crown. But do you give the men an opportunity amongst themselves to have a crown? No. So why do you have to separate the women from the men? No, I always pay attention to Trinidad Calypso, and Trinidad has one Calypso competition. Man and woman alike, we tackle, we battle, and let the best man or woman emerge at the end of the night. So I feel, and that may not be the case, but I feel that this is like a way that they try to, well, we give the women their own thing. So, you know, when we come to the senior Calypso, you know,
they'll stay out?
Yeah, not necessarily stay out, but it's like, I feel the man and the woman gets very close. If it's very close, we can still give the man the winner because the women and them had their own thing anyways.
Oh,
so in my mind,
I understand.
In my mind, I don't know if I was a big fan of it. I feel we have a competition. If the woman deserves it, you give the woman a crown. If the man deserves it, you give the man. Why do you have to put a separate show to say, well, we give a woman a crown? Because it doesn't match up to the actual Monarch night. The actual finals of Calypso and the women's competition is too different. The crowd is different. The expectation is different.
The delivery is different.
It's different. I feel that Calypso has grown to a level where women are in, even though the numbers are not as big. I think if we continue with the respect, I think if we continue to be fair, we will have a finals where we may have 5 men, 5 women. And I think that it should just go like that. I don't think the women's Calypso, I'm just not necessarily a big fan of it, and I think it's just because of what I think it can do underlyingly.
For the Monarch itself.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Ladies might have way different views.
It's really interesting. Why is it so interesting? Marja, while I agree with you,
that's okay. Have your different view, right?
Marja, while I agree with you, I am thinking that because the numbers of the women were so few, that the competition was put in place to encourage.
Agreed.
And because there were so few, having them in the league with the men, I could see the automatic discrimination. Probably the glaring subjectivity, but somebody could argue, no, they were not up to par with the men. And that's why the man is always getting the crown. A man is always getting the crown. Right? But I think that so many people come in through the elimination line. So many women, so many men. And the men might probably have a better chance, a bigger chance, probably more opportunity to sing their song. And I think the women's competition gives the opportunity for women to sing their song as well. So if we're doing that, now you said it was at Stardom, right? So they would have it a women's night. Last year they did a women's night and I loved it. It wasn't a competition, it was a women's night, and I absolutely love it. All the women came on and we sang. But I know what you're saying about it, you know, giving the women a kind of, oh, that's your own thing, so, you know. But
and it is said.
It is said as well, and I agree. But I really think as many opportunities as our people can get, and I'm saying people, because I'm going to bring up another point that has always been on my mind. Our people can get to showcase their talent, improve themselves. More crowns we have, better for us. You have a Monarch, you have a Calypso Queen crown. I think we should even have a character crown. It's only because... I think so. Because how many people remember my song Mark of the Beast?
Yes.
That there are Calypsonians on the benches who will never make it to the finals.
Yes.
We know that, but they are very important in the process.
Yes.
Some of them have to record too. What opportunity do you give them to make more money? Why it's one set? Because they probably have more singing ability, they have more fans, they have better writers, they probably have money to go in a studio where a producer will do better work for them. You think they alone should always be on the stage.
Right.
The crowd wants to see
The characters,
other
as
people
you say.
too. And that is it. So I think the women's competition is in that regard. That's how I see it. Okay? And whether they want to think a woman shouldn't win or not, it's okay. Tasha P proved it.
Right.
She won the queen competition and still came and won the monarch.
Right.
So
I get you.
Do you understand?
I think
Honestly,
I just want them to stop with that because it's said, and I think that's
well,
what
they can
tickles me.
Well, I know it tickles you, but that's why you're an
Tickling me.
MC.
Right.
Because you like to tickle them back. And I
do.
know that.
I do.
Because I remember when I stepped on stage, your co-MC had made a comment that you found was not in favor of a woman, and you countered it right away.
My tongue's my problem.
It's not your problem. It's not your problem. That is what we need. And years gone past, in me doing the Cadas festival over the summer, it just hit me. Cadas in the 70s, I know we're talking Calypso today, but Cadas in the 70s, it's the same not having enough women to sing, not having enough females MCs to represent the woman's view, not enough producers who were females, not enough DJs who were females. Today, a lot of these things are changing, and it's because that is changing, we are able to be portrayed more and in a better light.
But at the end of the day, you make a good point, Lady S. Now, to go into Calypso, and I don't know if people understand that, it's costly to record your song, to pay your writer. It costs on your energy to be in the band house, to wait, to practice, to all of this, to all of that. And I feel sometimes that's why we have a year with a lot of women and then we don't see it again.
The
Because
next year, they're
it's expensive
gone.
and it takes a lot
Of
from
time and
you.
energy.
So when you don't feel like you're getting something back, then you
just leave
stop.
it alone.
And
Right.
it's not like they stop because they don't. And it's funny because we were having that conversation on the way up.
Right.
I feel sometimes now some of the persons that are in Calypso, the people that are in Calypso, and some of the people that are making it big in Calypso, sometimes it's not necessarily the people that love the art form, right? You have the talent, you have the skills, you make the money, so you continue. But you see some of the people that really love the art form,
They don't get that opportunity.
it's depressing sometimes for you,
Yes.
and then they'll stop.
Yes.
They'll stop, they'll come back. They'll stop, they'll come back. There's not a lot of checkers in the world that will just stay
It's
year
true.
over year over year because it's costly, it's time consuming, it's draining. So, like, I love the art form, and I will come back to sing at one point. But even that,
And we
you
have
look
more
at-
MCs and more female
Right,
MCs.
you
Okay?
see?
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. See what the association is doing to me?
Yes,
Now I have to MC,
yes.
so I cannot come back to sing right. But I think that's what we need to do. We need to find ways to make Calypso, make the art form profitable for the
everybody,
masses.
even the little ones. Yes.
Profitable for the masses. So at least you feel at the end of the year, I have a little something after I pay my writer, after I pay my producer,
Yeah.
I still have a little something in my hand. And I think that will encourage more people to sing. That will create a better standard because at the end of the day, you'll have more people that have the talent and have the skills and have the ability to be there and be there consistently. That's what we need. We need consistency, but people have to get something out of it as well.
Yes, and the thing is now, we already know that sponsorship is already low.
Right.
Yes.
And that is an issue because to put on the monarch itself, the show for this, the shows for the season, being a member of the executive, I can tell you it's not easy. Without the sponsorship, we can go in the red.
Right.
And I just thank God that we have people with the knowledge and the skills on the executive. Our treasurer is Narin, trendsetter.
Yes.
And his profession, he works in a bank. And that is his line of, line of work. It's his specialty. And because of that, we are able to manage our money, the few resources, a little better. You can imagine that you don't get sponsorship and we can't put on the show.
Right.
We're thinking of the women's competition. What if we didn't have good management? We would not even be able to put on the monarch.
Right.
That
And
competition every year.
I think we've made the Calypsonians have this fraternity where it might be a rough year, like last year, year before. And we
Right.
understand you can't make a big money. And it is having that conversation. It's not the same. The prizes will be less.
Less.
The monies you'll get will be less. But because we have that camaraderie and that fraternity,
Yes.
it becomes, I understand.
Yes.
I understand next year we have to get it back in check.
Yes.
But I understand. And I think that's what it creates. I think Calypsonians, we're a family.
We are.
a nice,
We are.
tight-knit family.
Yes, it's
Okay.
true.
So before we end quickly, because we do not have much time, I mean, when you are
When you
speaking,
have us, you
When
don't
you
have
gotta
us.
be there to give us 2
and you're
hours.
going so nice.
2 hours so to give us.
Before we end quickly, what does the future of Calypso look like for women? Can we say, or is it safe to say that that Calypso here in Dominica is safe in people like your hands as women?
Calypso in Dominica for women, it looks bright because we have new Calypsonians coming on. We have the Shanice, we have the Mikas, we have
We're gonna have Joy Stout this year.
Joy's
Can you
in
believe
this
that?
year, right? So women in Calypso and in Dominica, the future is bright. Shows like this that allows us to speak on behalf of the women. That I'm sure there's a woman sitting down now looking at the show and saying, I'm going to join.
Yes.
So at
They'll
this
meet
point,
us on the road and they'll be
ask
like,
us,
I
how?
saw,
might
yeah,
join
I saw this.
That's
Oh,
right.
that's right.
So at the end of the day, I think it looks bright, not just for Calypso is just going to be bright for Dominica, and it will be bright for the women. Join, come in, take that chance, take that step. We will support you because
Of course.
when I was singing Calypso, I'm singing and I'm at the front when Tasha is singing. Tasha is at
Yes.
the front when I'm singing. Lady
Yes.
is singing at the front. We support each other. If
In
it's
fact,
one
Mistress said she cannot wait to come on Saturday to be rooting for us on the front of the stage.
thing. right,
And
That's
this
what she said.
Join us.
women empowerment.
right.
So, ladies, as you said, what's also your take, Lady S, on the future of
I think,
Calypso?
like Marja said, I think the future is bright.
It's bright.
The fact that we have all this young blood coming in, that is a good sign.
And you're
Because-
willing to work with them.
Of course, we're here for
Good.
them. We are here for them. We show them the ropes. As long as they're open to learn, you know.
That's- yes,
Some people come
yes.
if their cup filled and they want to leave it filled. You
Filled
can't put
and you
anything
can't,
else in it, you
right,
know.
right.
So if they empty their cup, then they learn. And what I love about Calypso, I really want to say that before we go. Over the years, I have learned to be more creative. It's a learning process when you're in Calypso.
Right.
Every year you learn the crowd, you know, and you learn what it is the judges look for. It's not like any other genre of music where you just come and sing anything. You know, some people might want to sing anything, but you're not gonna get very far with anything. So if you want to be in the league, you got to up your game.
Get to the
You have
times.
to improve. Yes, and that is what it is. And for me, that is what I have learned over the years. I learn what kind of team that I want, what I really want to sing, where I'm not in favor of certain things. I don't make anybody bully me to do it. I do what I am comfortable with. And if I cannot get somebody to write something for me, if it takes me the whole year to write it, I'll take the year and I'll write it. So these are the things that it teaches you a lot of independence. It teaches you teamwork
Discipline.
as well, discipline.
Discipline.
Calypso has
Dedication.
a lot of characteristics to build in people.
Yes.
So
One would
it
never
is,
know that,
it
eh?
it is an art form that I would encourage any and everybody to come
Walk
to.
into the Calypso arena,
You never
and
leave
you
the
walk
same.
out a much better version of yourself.
That's correct.
That's nice.
So
Ladies,
thank you for having us.
thank you
Thank
so
you for
much. We
picking
can
up
go
the art
on
form.
and
And
on
on.
and on and on, but sadly our time is over. I want to thank you, Miss Shirley, Lady S. Charles,
Yes.
and Marja, Lady Star Stedman.
Uh-huh.
Thank
Yes.
you all very much. And here we come to
Can I thank DBS as well? Because
Right.
like,
Oh,
Marja,
wow. DBS,
like
of
Marja
course.
said, it's opportunities like this that helps the art form to grow.
yes.
I mean, it gives content for DBS, yes, but it helps the art form to grow.
Yes.
And I want to thank DBS in a big way.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
Always supporting.
Yes.
Good vibes. And here we come to the end of this week's episode of Calypso Conversation. We want to thank our guests again, Lady Star and Lady S. And we want to also thank Jungle Bay Resort and Spa for hosting us, our sponsors, CSK in Concrete in Portsmouth, Lafayette Medical House, Lindomat, and Luxurious Loose. I am Annadale Jacob. Next week, Tuesday, from 12:05 p.m. to around 12:40, we will be heading down to the west coast of St. Joseph, which is my community. We are going over to Surprise Bar and Grill, where we'll be having other guests, where this time we talk about the turn of the century in Calypso. Thank you and bye-bye until next time.
Are you looking to construct a building? If your answer is yes, then contact CSK Concrete at Ravin Lechelle Savonpai for all your concrete needs. They are the suppliers of concrete premix and concrete pumping. Call them on telephone number 616-6565. Let them supply all your concrete needs. CSK Concrete at Ravin Lechelle in Savonpai. Go get all your concrete needs.
Calypso! Calypso! Calypso!
Great things are happening at Lindo Mart. There it is. You can lean on the consistent opening of Lindo Mart. The bank is right there. Great things are coming. Keep listening to your radio, to Facebook, newspapers. If you think that was trusted service is getting even better. Convenience, all your products, the complete shopping list, everything you could possibly want, need, desire, request, or just hint. It's all right there. But wait, there's more. There's a lot more. Listen to a radio near you. Lindo Mart. We're growing bigger, stronger to serve you better.
Prosper, where you going busy so?
My brother, when you got to go, you got to go. That's a private moment.
Indeed, when a man gotta go in bleach, that's not something you can say not now. Here comes instant relief in luxurious loose. Dominica, it is environmentally friendly. Luxurious loose is your friend indeed. That's why all of your septic waste is being dumped at the Wasco's plant and treated.
Hello, we don't dump by the river or by the bay or do vajou.
You better take in front before in front take you. Luxurious Loos, we also rent portable toilets for every type of public and private event. Luxurious Loos, we will take care of your dumping of your sewage and will professionally dump and safely dispose of all your used, damaged or expired groceries and give it a quiet funeral. Luxurious Loos, we are the number one in the number two business.
Call us at 448-2410 or 276-4289 or 277-2410.
Wow! I feel good.
Lafayette's House Medical Laboratory, my preferred choice for professional and confidential medical laboratory services. Lafayette provides results for all medical tests. If it can't be done there, they will facilitate it through their international partners. Their main office in Roseau is open from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Mondays to Fridays and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Home visits and emergency services are also available. Call 448-0100, WhatsApp 276-5213 or visit any of their locations. Cross Street, Roseau, Pickard, Portsmouth, Marigot or Grand Bay. Lafayette's House Medical Laboratory. My choice, your choice, our choice.